Today we are going to learn chapter number 6, Python fundamentals. In this chapter, we'll be studying about the character sets, tokens, keywords, identifiers, literals, and operators. So let's start with the character set softwares. Character set is basically a set of valid characters that a language can recognize. A character represents any letter, digit, or any other symbol. Python supports Unicode encoding standards. That means the Python has the following, character sets: letters A to Z, digits 0 to 9, special symbols, space, plus, minus, multiplication, division, and etc., white spaces, and other characters. Now we'll talk about the tokens. The smallest individual units. The smallest individual unit in a program is known as a token or the lexical unit. We have certain tokens in Python programming languages. One is keyword, identifiers, literals, operators, and punctuators. We'll discuss these tokens in details in coming slides. First of all, we'll be talking about the keyword. The keyword is a special word or the reserve word which has got a special meaning in any language, and they cannot be used as a normal identifier names. For example, we've got these keywords like false, assert, del, for, in, or, while, with, try, not. These all are basically the keywords which will be used in the programming Python programming language. Then we'll be talking about the identifiers. Identifiers are the fundamental building blocks of a program and are used for the different part of the programs. For example, we've got variables, we use functions, we use list, tuples, dictionaries in class 11th. Okay. For example, and there's one more thing, like, there are certain rules to declare an identifier. The first rule is that it cannot start with a digit, it cannot contain space, it cannot be a keyword, and it cannot contain any special character except underscore. That means when you say that it cannot start with a digit, that means I can't say one num. It cannot contain space, that means I cannot say num space one. It cannot be a keyword, that means I can't say a variable name has got if or else or for or any other keyword which you talk about. It cannot contain any special characters, that means we cannot say the variable name as num at the rate 1 or num hash 1, but yes, it can be num underscore 1. So these are certain rules while declaring the identifiers. Okay. There's a list of valid and invalid identifiers, so you can check it out. Like, it's a complete valid identifier. Okay, starting with the character followed by underscores and digits and so on. So these all are nothing but the valid identifiers. Data hash, special character cannot be used here, cannot start with a digit, cannot be a keyword, cannot be cannot contain any other character except the underscore. So these are certain examples of invalid identifiers. Then literals. Literals are basically the values of the data items that have a fixed value. For example, we have got the string literals, for example, your name. Numeric literals, your age. Boolean literals, true or false. And the special literals, none, right? These are few literals which we are going to use in Python programming language. Then we're talking about these literals one by one. String literals, any collection of characters which is enclosed within single, double, and triple inverted commas is considered as a string in Python. There are certain special characters which are generally used with the string, and they are known as escape sequences. For example, if I just want to print backslash, you cannot print like this straight away. You just need to make use of escape sequences backslash, right? When I say I just wanted to print this backslash, I just need to say print, backslash backslash. Then this will simply consider the next backslash, second backslash as a character. If I just wanted to print, a single inverted commas, you can't print like that. You just need to make use of escape sequences, and you need to say backslash, single quote, then only the single quote is going to be printed. Similarly for the double quotes, okay, for the next line, for the return, carries return, for the tab, and for the vertical tab. All for all these sort of things, all these sort of strings, you just need to all these sort of characters. You need to make use of escape sequences. There's one more thing which you need to keep in mind. In string, there's no character type of data. A single character is considered as a string with a single character, right? Or a single element, rather than saying character, it's an element, right? So these are some more escape sequences which can be used in Python. And we'll be talking about the string literals. We have got single line, multi-line, and multi-line can be specified using the triple inverted commas. Okay, single line can be used with the single and double, and the multi-line string can be used with the triple inverted commas. Then we talk about the size of the string. That means the total number of characters or the length of the string is nothing but the size of the string. Like in this case, we've got A, B, C. Three characters are there, so three is the size of the string. Python has got six characters, so six is the size of this one. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4 has got 10, characters or elements, so it has got a size called 10. But if we just talk about some the string having the escape sequences, like in this case backslash backslash, this means because a single character has been printed. That means a value or the length of or the size of this particular string is one, right? ABC 3, backslash a will be considered as one, right? So backslash a b 2, the characters will be there. The size will be two. Backslash is considered as one. So after backslash, the next immediate character will be considered as one, right? So that way you can simply find out the size of the string. Then you'll be having the numeric strings. You can the numeric strings or numeric literals are basically been considered as int, float, and complex, right? Int 1, 2, 3, 4, float 1.1, complex a plus bj. That sort of way we use these numeric literals. Then Boolean literals has got true and false values. And if we talk about the operators, operators are nothing but basically the symbols which are used to operate on operands, right? For example, we have got unary operators, plus, minus, and bitwise complement and not. These are unary operators which operates on a single value. Binary operators, arithmetic, bitwise, identity operators, relational, logical, assignment, and membership operators. They works on two or more than two operators, right? Minimum two operators, it works upon, right? Arithmetic operators will be talking about, plus, minus, multiply, division. This is complete division, the remainder, percentage, modulus, exponent raised to the power, right? And floor division. This gives you the quotient. This gives you the quotient. So for example, if you talk about here, when I say x plus y, it will simply give me the addition of these two. When I say x minus y, you know about that. This is simply going to give you the difference of x and y. When I say x multiplied by y, x and y will be multiplied and the result will be displayed in that case. Division, x and y will be divided. So y will divide x, that way. And it will give you the complete division. When I say 10 divided by 2 in Python, the complete division is considered as like this, 5.0, right? And if I say a remainder, so when I say 10 percentage 2, because when you divide the 10 by 2, you always get the remainder as 0, right? So it gives you 0. Exponent, when I say 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 2 is considered as 100. So in Python, it will be written like this. How? 10 multiplied by 2. This is going to give you the same result which you normally calculate in mathematics, right? The floor division is something like this: 10 2 slashes 2, and it gives you the quotient, right? So when I say 10 2 slash 2, it or the floor division 2, it gives you the quotient of that. So it gives you 5. 10 percentage 2, it will give you 0. 10 quotient 2, it will give you 5. 10 division 2, it will give you 5.0, the complete division. Then moving on to the next one, relational operators. And these operators works on again two values and displays returns rather. It returns either the true or the false values. For example, if I say x less than y, if I say x less than y, this will simply, this will simply give you true if the value of x is y is less than y. Otherwise, it will simply give you false. If I say x greater than y, it will give you true. It will return true rather if the value of x is greater than y. Otherwise, it will simply return false. When I say x less than equal to y, if the value of x is either less than or equal to y, it will give you true. Otherwise, it will simply give me false. So this way it works on all these operators: greater than, equal to, and not equal to. Equal to compares the value of x with y. If it is equal, then it gives you true. Otherwise, false. X is not equal to y. If the value of x is not equal to y, it will give you true. Otherwise, false. For example, 5 is not equal to 7, will give you true. Okay, but if I say 5 equal to 7, it will give you false. So it works like that. A logical operators, they are used to combine two relations. For example, you talk about uh, you know if the nationality is Indian, if the nationality is Indian, okay, if the nationality is Indian and the age is greater than equal to 18, then only the person is eligible to vote or not, right? So that is the use of logical operator. Then similarly, or like if the student has secured more than 90 percentage mark, or the, the student has scored more than 90% of marks, or the student belong to the same school, then the student is allowed to take permission in class 11th, assumingly. So this way it works. So any of the condition is required to be true at once. That means either the student should have the marks greater than equal to 90, or the student should belong to the same school. Then in that case, the student will be eligible to take admission in class 11th of that particular school. The next one is assignment operator. It simply assigns the value of the right hand side variable to the left hand side variable. When I say x equal to y, that means the value of y has been assigned to x, and it goes on like that. Then membership operator, in and not in. So how exactly it works? If I say if x and y, if let's say y has got the values like this, 1, 2, 3, so on up to 100. And if I say if 5 and y, so it will give me true because 5 is there in this list. Okay. Similarly, in string, if I say if a if a in India, so this is simply going to give me true because in India a exists, right? Similarly, not in, if I say z not in India, so it will give me true. If a in India, it will give me true because a is there. Z not in India, it will give me true because z is not in India. That way. So this is the first part of this chapter. We'll study the next